mathematical equation, and we put Joseph's 56 generations in place, do the division, and what you come up with is 35,714, or we round it to 36. This is great. We're finding out when the consummation of the age is going to take place. Aren't you excited? We take this wonderful date that is the most significant date in Israel's recent history, and we add it together, and it comes to... that date's already come and gone. Oh, don't give up. Don't give up. All we have to do is come up with some more numbers. So let's take Mary's lineage and let's divide it out. And it'll come to 47.619. Okay, we round that to 48. Hey, we got 48 and 48. This must be a divine mathematical formula. Well, problem is it only comes to 1996. Oh, don't give up. Don't give up. There's more numbers where these came from. And we take our timeline and we decide to do it a little differently. And instead of taking in the 2,000 years, let's go all the way back to creation. Take Adam in and all of his generations, and now we're dealing with a base of 4,000 years. Well, Mary's lineage now contains 63 generations, and Joseph, he contains 77 generations. Oh, this is great. This is great. So we take it, it's just a matter of math, as I say. We take our 4,000 years, and then we do the 77 generations of Joseph's lineage, and we come up with 51948, and we round that to 52. We add that to 1948, and lo and behold, wow, we're getting close. This is really great. Now but it doesn't work, but we're getting close. I mean, this is at least our millennium. All right, let's do Mary's lineage. This will work. Surely it will. We take Mary's lineage of 63 generations and divide it into 4,000, and we come to 63.492. We round it to 63. We put 1948, and here we are, 2011. Now we know the consummation of the age without a doubt. This is wonderful. Verily, I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all things be fulfilled. Coming again. Coming again. Oh, what a glorious... No. You're not buying this? You're not going to buy this? 2011? What's the matter? You know why you don't like it? Because you watch the calculation. These are the kind of things that are done on preachers' desks. You don't see all the calculations that don't work. You only see the ones that do. And if I came in here and showed you this calculation, and it was going to be 2011, I might excite you a little bit. But do you realize if we use that calculation, like I just showed you, we're making a generation 63 years long. That means that an average man waited until he was 63 years old to have children. Not to mention the fact that we took in all the generations between Abraham and Adam, and these men lived nearly 1,000 years. Do you understand what's going on now? Are you willing to believe that? Well, I'm not. So, why are we defending this doctrine? Why are we defending the fig tree doctrine? Well, we can't dispense with that, can we? This is commonly understood among all lines and understandings of all denominational boundaries. We all know about the fig tree generation. But let's take a look. What does Matthew 24 actually say? Now learn a parable of the fig tree. A parable of the fig tree. When its branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, you know that summer is nigh. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Well, Mark pretty much says the same thing. Even at the doors. Are you willing to believe that 63 years after the 1948 date, that's the most significant date in Israel's recent history, 63 years, are you willing to believe that that is even at the doors? It is time that we stop propagating this idea of the fig tree generation. Guys, let's give it up. It doesn't hold water. It doesn't work. And we look, in a lot of cases, like a fool. Now, what does the Scriptures actually say? Thank God for the Synoptic Gospels. Thank God He gave us 3 of these Synoptic Gospels that tell the same story different ways. Because it can get you out of a real mess on this one. Let's take a look at what Luke 21 actually says. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. And he spake to them this parable. Behold the fig tree, and all the trees, when they now shoot forth, ye see, and ye know of yourselves that summer is now nigh at hand. So likewise ye, when ye see these things come to pass, know ye that the kingdom of God is nigh at hand. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass away till all things be fulfilled. What did he just say? Is it a fig tree that we're to look at? No. This is not symbolic of Israel. This is the fig tree and all the trees. He's simply saying that just like you can look at a tree that has buds shooting forth on it, and you know that summer is close, when you see all these things, you'll know that it is even at the door. Not 63 years later. So, what things? What things is he saying that we need to look for? When he says, behold the fig tree and all the trees. When you see these things come to pass. What things? Well, let's go through the list. For many shall come in my name, saying that I am Christ. You'll hear of wars and rumors of wars and commotions. Nations shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Earthquakes shall be in divers places. Famines, pestilence, great signs from heaven. They will persecute you for my name's sake, and you'll be betrayed, and you'll be hated for my name's sake. You'll see Jerusalem compassed with armies. For there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon the people. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles. And there will be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars. And upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity. The sea and the waves roaring. Men's hearts failing them for fear. And the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with great glory. So likewise, when you see these things come to pass, know that the kingdom of God is even at the door. It's time we dispense with this idea, guys. It's not working. Let me tell you what the real problem is. I'm going to tell you why, and you have to forgive me for this, why smart people don't believe in God. You know whose fault that is? It's our fault. We have brought this on ourselves. We've caused this problem. Why? Because modern Christianity requires you to believe or to accept certain things. It requires you to have an ignorance of history. It requires you to appreciate symbolism over substance. It requires you to understand things in mathematical nonsense. Since when? How can you ask a man who is a mathematician, an educated man, to believe that there are 3 days and 3 nights between Friday night and Sunday morning? How can you ask an educated man to hang a cross around his neck and never teach him that he needs to crucify himself? That's a symbol over the substance. We have because of our foolishness in our modern Christianity and the religions that we teach, we are requiring that they have a tolerance of illogical arguments. Illogical arguments like 1,000 years equals 1 day, and a day is like 1,000 years. Do you know what that means to a mathematician? It means that you're an idiot. Why don't we tell them what the apostle wanted us to know? That time means nothing to our God. He can accomplish this in his own time frame. 1,000 years is as a day, and a day is as 1,000 years. That's not a mathematical formula.